may I share my heart with the people? The people.
Please do.
You know, I specifically the Joe Miller people. I feel your pain. I understand your frustration. I understand the hopelessness that you are experiencing this morning. I know that you've lost faith in the Republican Party. I understand that the John Boehners and the George Bushes and the Karl Rove of the world have caused you to think that those who are fighting for the conservative movement aren't really fighting at all, and they're just kind of going along to get along. I understand that. And there is some truth to that. And I understand that you get that we cannot continue on the path that we are currently on, that we cannot continue to leverage our children's future, that we cannot continue the destructive behavior that we're exhibiting morally, character-wise, having marriage as though it's an obsolete, out-of-date prospect, allowing us to redefine marriage, allowing the radical homosexual agenda to dictate what we believe. I understand you love your country. I applaud you for your affection and your love of country, your patriotism. You're more patriotic than most Americans. I give you that. I understand it's personal for you. I understand it's about your kids. I understand it's about your grandkids and your great-grandkids. I understand all that. And I feel your pain. I am with you. But we have to be a people of hope. Nothing has ever been accomplished in any meaningful, significant way by any people or movement that have lost hope. We have to believe in ourselves as countrymen, countrywomen, if there's a word. We have to believe in our country. We have to believe in the greatness of America. We have to believe, unlike our president, in the exceptionalism of America. And we have to start believing in ourselves. And it's very easy to get frustrated with those who don't align with us perfectly, even on the Republican Party. But we've got to start thinking in terms of we're going to win. And when you're thinking in terms of we're going to win, it causes you to make decisions in the now. It causes you to make decisions when people are trying to lose weight. If they really believe they're going to lose weight, they're much more likely to eat right that day. If they really believe in their heart this weight loss is going to happen, that day, that hope will lead them to eat right that day. And the way a movement succeeds, and the freedom movement I'm talking about, is to make the right decisions that day. Oh, I've been overweight so many years, there's no way I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to go ahead and have 2 pieces of pie. That's where we are in the freedom movement today. We have lost hope. Well, let's let Mark Begich win, then the country will destruct, and then maybe something drastic will happen. We have to win today. And the next battle for the freedom movement is the U.S. Senate. We have got to take back the Senate. Every ounce of our being in the freedom movement, in the Joe Miller movement, in the Ted Cruz movement, has to be focused on one thing and one thing only: more Republicans in the Senate than Democrats. That's the next battle on the horizon. We win that, maybe the next battle is getting more conservative Republicans. But today, at this moment, the battle before us is outnumbering Democrats, even if it means with Republicans who are not as ideologically aligned with us as we would hope. But that's the battle today. So we've got to get behind Joe Miller as though he is, we have to get behind Dan Sullivan as though he is Joe Miller. He's not Joe Miller. We would like to have Joe Miller. He will not fight as hard as Joe Miller. But he's our guy now. And we've got to get behind him with every ounce of being. We've got to set aside our pain. We've got to set aside our pride. We got to put aside our feelings because, ladies and gentlemen, we are in a war for the salvation of this country. Pride and pain and feelings out the window. We don't have the luxury of feeling sorry for ourselves. We don't have the luxury of losing hope. So I feel your pain. I hear what you're saying. Let's man up and let's win the next battle.